Story of the day: I broke it off with my abusive exo by essentially calling his bluff. I finally kicked him to the curb when he threatened to leave again. He did this thing where he'd act like he had no choice but to leave me unless I did XYZ or fixed ABC behavior. This time, I had the audacity to schedule an appointment with a repair company to fix our broken heater in the middle of winter, and my mother was going to pay the bill. Our heater broke, and he decided it would stay broke the rest of winter. I got very sick, so Mom to the rescue. When he called me from work, I told him, by the way, a repair guy is coming tomorrow, as an FYI. He was furious, said we'll talk when I get home, and he hung up on me. When he walked in the door, he sat down on the couch looking all solemn and serious. He spoke very calmly, and I was able to explain my side. He didn't approve. He shook his head and said, well, if you want me to just leave, I'll go. What I was supposed to do was cry, beg him to stay, and promise to never do the offending thing again. Instead, I just said okay. I think that's for the best. I was super sick, fevery, and just didn't care anymore. Woohoo, those tables turned real quick. Mr. on the verge of leaving was suddenly panicking. Suddenly he was the one begging and crying. He packed a bag and went to a friend's house to crash until he could get the rest of his stuff in a permanent place to stay. That friend said he laid in bed for days, just crying at his ring. He was a mess for a long time. I was finally free. Way more free than I realized I would be. Our whole abusive relationship, he created this atmosphere where I was worthless, ugly, and dumb. He was doing me a huge favor by being with me, and he had one leg out the door. At any given moment, I could just become too much for him to put up with. So, it was bizarre how devastated he was, and for how long. I mean, who really needed who after all?